No visible problems. Good. Welcome back from the garage. Don't worry, nothing wrong with the bike. I just need to replace one more part. Let me show you. I haven't checked this part of the bike. Yes, we changed the water pump, but I would like to see what is happening here, where the clutch plates are. So I plan to change the clutch plates, and until we do it, we're gonna remove this cover and the big cover as well to check what is the situation underneath. Because I have heard a strange noise here. To be more precise, Pazzo informed me about it. It's like a whistling. Let me show you what I mean. There is some kind of whistle noise here. That's when I twist the throttle, it's just gone. And because it might be nothing, but it might be something serious, I would like to check what's going on here. So in this video, we're gonna show you how to change your clutch plates, also to inspect everything here. These are the spare parts. 2 gaskets, 1 small and 1 big. Clutch springs, original clutch springs, and clutch plates. Only the Ferrado plates. I'm not gonna change the metal plates. So, how are you, Pazzo? All good? All good now? Ready to work? So, let's start it. No heating today because we've got around 12-14 degrees here in Varna. Let's do it. Unfortunately, we have to remove the water pump again, which is mean that we have to drain the system again and refill it after that, but it is what it is. I prefer to check everything here now instead of somewhere on the road when it's broke down. We have to drain a little bit of oil because it's a dry sump. You can remove your clutch plates without draining the oil, but you have to lie the bike on the side. But because it's not going to be comfortable to work, it's not going to happen here. It is very important to soak the clutch plates before you install it. Otherwise, when you start the engine, the first few turns are going to be on dry, which will increase the chances to burn your clutch before you even start it. So that's why it's good to leave it at least for a couple of minutes to get soaked and then install it. There's one hidden bolt here under the pump, so this is what is underneath. In some models, this big screw untied, it needs to be locked. But here, everything looks good. Patso just told me that it has a normal signs of wearing, but nothing significant. Usually he said here if it's worn out, here it's dig a big holes, but so far so good. Yeah, кое е присъдата? The sentence is that there is no problem. They will last many more kilometers. And keep in mind that these clutch plates now are on 90,000 kilometers. I changed it when the bike was on 70. And when I change it on 70, I don't need to. I just want to be sure. Как са тия дисковите металните? Перфектни. And the disc plates are also in perfect condition. So, good job Yamaha, good job. Alright, the size or the measure of the plates when they're brand new supposed to be 3.2 and these are 3.1 and they need to go down to 2.8 to need to replace it. So like brand new, I'm gonna take this as a spare with me. So once again, everything here after close inspection looks good. There is no free play here. This nut here is tied properly. This is the original position. Everything is done well. Just a slight movement here, which is normal, as Patso said. This is not digged, so everything looks good. What we're gonna do now, remove this basket, the clutch basket, to check underneath, just to make sure that everything is alright, and then we'll assemble everything back together. The cover is clean, no dust, no metal parts. Everything looks good. Wonderful. All good. Wonderful. This is what I like to hear all the time. All the parts are fine. No visible problems. Good. Alright, inspection is done. Let's close everything back together and then change the clutch plates. It's very important to have the following order: one clutch plate, one metal plate, one clutch plate, one metal plate. And for some models like this one, the first clutch plate is different, so you have to know exactly what you're doing. You can check your manual, it should be described very, very well. After the springs, but we're gonna measure it now, the old springs with the new springs. Mm. So the old springs got just 2 millimeters difference, which I don't think is significant, but it might play a role in the overall condition of the clutch. Exactly 2 millimeters, so we're gonna change it anyway. So what Patso just explained me that because the springs, they don't have enough pressure, they lose around 2 millimeters. What is possible to happen if I need to ride somewhere really tough ride, let's say sand or something, the clutch might slip just because of the springs. That's why it's very good that we change it now to prevent eventually all of this happens and give my clutch enough mileage to go there and come back. Alright, the bike is completed now. What we need is just a few minutes to cool down to check the level of the antifreeze. But I have a question for Paco. I'm gonna ask in Bulgarian and he will reply in Bulgarian. Of course, I'm gonna translate everything for you. So, Paco, според теб на какво се дължи състоянието на мотора при тези километри?
Според мен първата причина е редовната смяна на масло.
Така?
Втората причина е равномерната газ, която си подавал. Нищо стресово в този мотор, равна газ. И третата, но не е много маловажна причина е дълго време с еднаква температура. Мотоциклета е управляван.
Понеже го карам на дълги разстояния.
Разстояние не е градско, не е дълги разстояния. Поддържа еднаква температура и това е една от причините мотора да
издържи толкова много. Благодаря ти много. To translate everything for you guys, few points, 3 points actually. The first is the regular oil change, which is absolutely understandable. The second is that because I'm not a fast rider, I just keep the throttle steady. I do not play all the time like this. I'm very gentle rider. And the third reason is that because of the long distances that I ride and keep the motorcycle in a constant temperature range. Because the worst for any motorcycle or car, whatever engine, is to have a cold start and hot temperatures and this waving amplitude. So, good job. With these repairs, my motorcycle is actually ready to go to Magadan. A few more things I'm gonna change, but in the last month are the sprockets, front and rear, and of course a new chain. A new oil change before I go, and new tires, but all of this is understandable. So, I hope that this series were helpful for you to understand what you really need to check, inspect and change before your next trip. And I wish you all the best. As usual, always ride safe. See you next time. Ciao.